Before we can get to even Facebook ads, and before we get to funnels, you got to do fans. Was everyone kind of clear after going through the fans of like who they want to serve, how they want to be presented in the audience, what they stand for, stand against? So now that you know that, now you can kind of create a funnel to get to that person, and in creating a funnel, you can do different things. So what is a funnel? Does anyone just give me your idea of what a funnel is? Anyone?
A process. You know, it's a process where your potential prospect first sees you, and then it's the journey you bring them through to eventually, hopefully, either get an opt-in or a customer.
Awesome. Yeah, so it's very simple. That's how I explain it too. It's a series of events or interactions that takes a prospect through a journey to get them to do what you want them to do. When do you think a funnel starts?
Get those contacts. First contact with the
Yep. So first contact can be here.
Right.
You know, so we have all micro funnels throughout our whole organization, but the first funnel is my impression that I give to you guys. Because if you think I'm a dick and you see the invisible interview online, doesn't matter how good the copy is, you're probably like, that guy was a dick. You know, so the funnel kind of ends right there. So when you guys are being presented online and how you come across, you want to make sure that you make every experience as good as possible for the ideal person that's coming across there. So first, we need a vehicle. So I think we're all kind of ClickFunnels people here too as well. So without a vehicle, you're not going to be able to get the prospect through a journey. I don't really care what you use, whether it's Instapages, Lead Pages, ClickFunnels, or anything like that, as long as you understand the concept of what a funnel does and how it works. So I'm not going to spend much time on this for you. Lead magnet. Who has a lead magnet in here?
Developing one.
Developing one? Okay.
Developing one, yeah.
What do you got?
I've had ones that have flopped because they've been too general.
Okay.
Right now I'm thinking more along the lines of 5 steps to optimal digestion, or three foods that you can use to revive your gut today. Something along those lines. Before it's been way too general.
Yep, which is perfect. So I'll show you, I think we have 2 different opt-in funnels, so across 2 different industries. So this is what we use, we call it the 7-day slim down. A lot of our women use the word, like I want to get slim, this and that. It's like, cool, we're going to use the words that you guys use. So this is a very simple and plain, we actually hacked someone, I forget the person's name, but they had a very similar kind of flow to this. And what's cool about it, it's very easy to get onto. So as a consumer, you have the urgency of like almost done, like you have a next step to do, please don't go anywhere. And then you just have simple bullet points of what it's all about, the benefit of in the actual title. You got the image, download here, and you'll get your stuff from the email address right after that. That actually, so we got about 416 unique clicks to it, 212 opted in, so it's about a 50.9% opt-in rate, which is, I'll take any day. You know, now what we're trying to figure out is this part right here. So a lot of times it's very hard to get people to opt in and then also to kind of buy your shit right after. It's more of a high-end program. So we're trying to figure out what the OTO is going to be that's going to make it a little bit better. But for right now, I'll take the 50% conversion, put them into our email sequence, and just keep hitting them. What are your guys' conversions on your opt-in pages? Have you studied that at all? Have you studied yours?
Yeah, it's about like 22%.
Good, okay. Is there something glaring in the opt-in page that you feel like if I change this one thing, I can make it better?
I feel I'm gonna redo all my stuff.
Okay.
To really refine and really speak to that one person, because I was just trying to speak to general people, like habit-based nutrition.
Yep.
Yeah, here's some nutrition tips, stuff like that. It's way too broad, and I think that's what's affecting me. So I feel if I can really target that, and then I can focus on bringing more traffic to it.
Cool. I'll show you another page. I think we have it up here. All right, so this is the invisible interview. This is what we use for the consulting side of it. There's actually if you open your paper, your guides, if you guys still have them, if you didn't throw them out.
Which one?
There's an exact example. Flip it to where it's called the perfect landing page. So if I were you, if you need a framework to start with, just start with this one. It's very simple to follow. It's very easy to kind of insert. Just to give you an idea, so for the consulting side, for the invisible interview, we had 199 uniques, 135 signed up. That's about 67.84% conversion rate, which again, I will take every day, all day. And from that actually, which is pretty cool, we signed up 2 mastermind clients. You know, so it's in the Facebook thing, I think for a spend of $1,300, we got 2 clients from it, and then we got 135 email addresses. I mean, that's not bad. It's a good ROI for it too as well. So the cool thing is, we did 2 different versions.
Greg, just real quick.
Yeah.
So think about that, guys. Like, you have to know your numbers.
Yep.
And I mean, the return on that is a $5,000 client, $10,000 upfront for 90 days. So you can see that we spent $1,300 and made 10 back. If you know your numbers and you know how to correctly, some people are like, oh, how much did you spend to get that? Probably about $700. But you can't be afraid to spend in order to achieve your outcome.
Yep. So you'll notice in the actual diagram itself that the lead magnet's on the left side, but ours is on the right side. So I was talking with Billy, is you want to test as much stuff as you possibly can. So when the lead magnet was on the left side, it didn't convert as well. When it was on the right side, it converted much better. When we took the invisible interview, the title, and then the 11-minute interview right down here, when we switched them, one converted better by at least 5 or 6%. So it's those little things that you just switch that make a huge difference. So if you guys have a lead magnet right now, we can, let's run through this. So you want to run through yours? The 7 steps of the guts?
Yeah, that's not created, but we can, as we go through.
Cool. So there's a blank page too. So if you go to the next page right after, there's like kind of like blank template. So just right to the top right, and you guys can kind of play along if you have a lead magnet in mind. Think of we'll go with the product handle too, a name of your lead magnet that's going to draw your ideal client, and just write it in that top right-hand corner right there. So what's the name of yours?
We'll go with three foods to revive your gut.
Okay. So if you have 3 foods to revive your gut, what would be kind of like a cool name to call that? So like, this is the 11-minute interview that has prospects begging to be your client without hard selling, but the product, the handle is the invisible interview. And you can make one, it doesn't have to be permanent. Just make one up if you had to.
I don't know. Go
What
ahead.
is what?
Let's just call it the gut reviver.
Okay.
There you go. So just write that in the top right-hand corner.
All of us?
No, you want it, so think of a thing that you want people to opt in for that solves one specific problem. Yep.
Yeah.
So now you have the main benefit headline. What is your 11-minute interview that's going to have prospect begging? So what is the gut reviver going to do for you?
These 3 gut reviving foods are going to optimize your digestion, your energy, and
Reset your hormones.
reset your hormones.
Cool. So write that right underneath there. So again, no matter what you create today, you can literally test it tomorrow and then work on your variation page right after that if you have to. Then you got your download now. How long is the guide?
Be quick, probably 7 pages.
Okay. Is it a checklist, a guide? What is it?
No.
Blueprint?
Probably, no, a little bit of a guide, so I'll cover 3 foods and then give a recipe for each bone broth,
Okay.
fermented foods.
So then you'd write in
sauerkraut, kefir.
the middle left-hand column in this free 7-page guide, kit, checklist. I'll show you. And then you have your benefit points underneath it. So we call it the 4 forces, we use the 4 forces, or it's called like the Y stack. You have your frustrations of your market and their main fear, and then you have your wants of a market and their aspirations. So what are some fears that your market has?
Bloating, like actual digestive problems. So in this free 7-day guide,
I'll show you.
how to get rid of the belly bloat for good.
My exact
My exact.
step-by-step system on how to abolish, don't even use that word, but that's the first thing that comes to mind. Relieve gut bloat and allow you to fit into your skinny jeans, whatever your market's all about. I only know fat loss, so it's easy to use it. What's another kind of, what's a main fear? Like something that like, oh my God, like I don't know what's gonna happen to me.
I'll show you how you can make these 3. I don't even like the word superfoods, but how you can make these 3 superfoods super quick. Like how you can make them less than 15 minutes.
Okay, but what's a fear though of the market? Is that a main fear of your market?
Fear is, might be too hard to do. So it usually comes down to the belief in it's too hard to do, or it's gonna take too much time.
Okay,
So I find that those are always the two biggest fears in most markets of pretty much everything.
got it. So I would take this line right here, step 4, and I would write superfood number 3 will not only make your life easier, but it'll also, and insert this benefit, help your skin be vibrant or whatever it may be that you're trying to get. Because you're trying to call out something within the program
To give
that
them
they're like I
curiosity
want
that they
step
have to
4.
find out.
Yep. So you want to try to pull out things that people want and say like, in this page you're going to get it, but until you click this button, you're not going to get it. Now, what's like an aspiration? Like, what's a dream that your client wants?
They want clear skin, they want more energy, they want to be alleviated of their problem and not have to worry about their health. The confusion, clearing up the confusion.
Okay. So then you could write these 3 superfoods will make you radiate, clear up the confusion, whatever the benefit is right there. So you're just trying to find pieces from that guide to kind of put into the copy right here. Is this making sense? Yeah.
Yeah, thinking about a magnet though, I mean, as a consumer, I'm thinking that it's better for him to say like, how to make this so like easily, you know, these 3 foods as opposed to just the 3 foods period.
Yep. So you could do
Because
next
it
bullet
appeals
point.
to me like really like to make it like personally, like even me not, you know, not even being linked to this, but I'm saying like I would want to know. Like that's something that I would want to know.
Yeah. So if you're in his market, then he would put another bullet point and say how you can make these 3 or there are 3 recipes with these superfoods in it, and how you can make them under 2 minutes or less. And I'll show you how, and then much more. Then you would put a picture of yourself. If you guys can, try to get a professional picture done for yourself, crop it out, whatever you can do, make it high resolution, and then you just introduce yourself. So my name is X, Y, and Z, and then you want to say who you help and how you do it. So if you look down here, it's kind of like your positioning statement. So like Roz reads, I help personal trainers and fitness studio owners who are struggling to make more sales and are stuck working in their business instead of working on it and scaling fast. So you want to say like, I help this market do X, Y, and Z without having to do pain point. So like I help women transform their body in 30 days or less without having to starve themselves or do heavy, cardio in the gym. So when you have that positioning statement, it kind of breaks up who you are and why you deserve to be the expert on top. And then this short little checklist will show you how, ... Every time you do a little ... it kind of leaves an open chain for people to think, okay, what's next? And then here you have another call to action where, again, we just take this headline from the subheadline, bring it down, and then a download now. So it will probably take you maybe 15 minutes when you have the name of your product to kind of make this whole process. Just use those boxes, and ClickFunnels is super easy. I know you don't have ClickFunnels yet, but you'll get it.
Yeah. I was going to ask you, will you guys provide like resources? Because I know there's a lot of stuff online that you can, buy leads from people, but some of them are wood.
Absolutely, I'll put my
terrible.
affiliate link in the private group, and you can use it.
Great. I need that private group too.
You're in it.
Great.
So the one thing I want you guys to focus on is to become Facebook compliant, you have to be very, very careful. A lot of times you can get away with doing a page like this and having nothing underneath, having no privacy statement or anything like that. So we wrote out the name of our company, the address, how you can contact us, our email address, and then we have a privacy policy and terms and conditions. And then we also put another statement under there that says, this site is not part of Facebook website or Facebook Inc. Additionally, this site is not endorsed by Facebook in any way. So again, it just becomes more Facebook friendly. We've had 3 accounts shut down in the past. Ever since that, not really. Until I used a line of like how you can make more money. I'm like, fuck, I shouldn't have used that.
That will shut you down?
It depends, because they don't want like get rich, kind of scheme things. We see some of our colleagues running things like that. I'm like, if they're getting away with it, maybe they're going to approve it. And then we just got the lucky ones that got shut down. So.
Speaking of the privacy policy, if you just Google free privacy policy, there's like 3 or 4 sites and you just grab the template.
Okay.
They'll just let you use that as is.
Awesome.
You just plug and play.
Perfect. Just change up your name though, right? That's always the important thing. So we'll go, we have what's called the product handle and the Sage Builder. So if you want to go to that sheet. All right, so it's called the Sage Magnet. So short, actionable, goal-oriented, and easy. So you want to make sure that your things are very easy to consume. So the invisible interview is only 5 main points we want you to take across. So it's piling the call, checking in, going through the whole, making the cut and stuff. So it's very easy to consume. You can read that book in a matter of 3 minutes. So Roz, let's play along a little bit. So how to build your Sage Magnet Builder. So it's an intro. My name is
Roz Slaughter.
I help which market?
I help women who are struggling with feeling sexy, confident, and healthy.
And then 2, what kind of results you want to get them?
I help them get, well, say that again.
So my name is
Roz Slaughter.
and I help market
I help busy women
with what problem?
who struggle with confidence and weight loss,
And what do they want to achieve? What's the result?
who want to lose weight, feel confident, and have more sex.
There you go. Would you talk to Billy? Jesus. And then to set up your magnet, saying this magnet will help you. So the 7-day slim down will help you to what?
The 7-day slim down will help you lose weight, have more confidence, and overall have more intimacy.
Awesome. And then what are the 5 steps, the 5 to 7 steps that you would have in the 7-day slim down? So yours would be each day of a meal plan.
Yep.
So those are your main principles.
So I have 7 days of meal plans and specific things that you need to do, actionable steps, so that you can fulfill this within 7 days.
Yep. So that would be page 1 of I am this, I help this market who's struggling with this to accomplish this. In this lead magnet, you're going to get X, Y, and Z. And then, so your bullet points would be the 3 gut reviving protocols that you use. So page 1 would be protocol 1, page 2 would be protocol 2, page 3 would be protocol 3. And then you would have your call to action at the end, because we always want to call to action. If you got a lot of information and benefit out of this thing, you're gonna get X, Y, and Z benefit. Down below, just click this link if you want to set up a quick strategy call, or join me on my webinar, whatever it may be. So I'll give you. Do you guys have copies of the Invisible Interview? No? All right. So we'll post in the group so you can see the opening page, the 5 principles, and then the closing page. And then you just take the same concept for your lead magnet. You just input into the intro, input your principles across the board, and then put the close. Is that making sense?
For the actual lead magnet itself?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. We use Photoshop. I'm not an expert in it. I know a lot of people hate it. But you can use a company like Billy's using Automation Agency. We've been using them for a while too as well, where they do all the work for you.
Design-wise?
Yeah, it's what is it, like $225?
It's $250 a month,
$250 a month, but you can.
unlimited graphics and only 1 WordPress site.
They can build funnels for you, whatever you need. It's like a 2 to 3 day kind of delay. So you give them the project, they'll come back 2 to 3 days. So you could probably get like 12 projects in for a month. So if you wanted 12 different designs, it becomes a pretty good resource. Any questions on lead magnets? Cool. So now we're gonna go over the application funnel. So application funnel, this is where you ask people to kind of buy your shit. Like this is where you're presenting your whole entire program. Who has like a 6-week, 12-week, you have an 8-week. I know you guys have 6 weeks going on. You have a 12-week going on right now. Billy, what do you have going on? Or in process?
Well, right now I sell a 90-day coaching program. It's called Emergence, more life strategies and coaching.
Okay,
But I have nothing set up like this. Basically just Facebook Messenger,
got it. So our 12-week, I was telling Billy before, we haven't changed up for about 2 years because it was doing relatively well. We were within like the 20 to 24% conversion rates. I was happy with that. And then the last 6 months, I start to see drop to now it's about like 5%. And that was when we had the headline of like, I'm looking for 20 women that want to do X, Y, and Z. And we've all seen that headline. We've all been overusing it and stuff. So the market's kind of like, okay, this is the same shit. So we use a thing called funnel scripts. We just put our benefits in, our copy in, everything, and we get about like 50 headlines out. And then we pick the best ones that we want. So just keeping this whole thing same, except for the headline, I wrote in how to have more confidence and transform your body in 12 weeks without dieting or working out long hours in the gym. That's most probably of our clientele, but that's like what our women really tell us, that like they hate diets and they really don't want to be in the gym. That's why we do 30 minutes. With that change, it took it from a 4 to 5% right back up to a 19 to 24%, which again, I'm pretty happy with. But then even that started to kind of dip down a little bit lower too as well. So another thing I did is this whole picture in the background is I took this out and I put up a line saying, like you've seen this, last day to register. That brought it right back up. So it's these small changes that you add to pages over time. You don't want to add a red thing in, change the headline, take the picture out, take these and move them around all in one shot. You literally want to do it one by one by one, which takes a little while. We always open up with the headline and what they're going to exactly get. We want them to know that we are one-on-one, because if they see a lot of 12-week programs, they can come in assuming that you're a $15 boot camp. They can assume that you're high-end, you're mid-range. We want them to know that we do only one-on-one trainings. When they walk in, they're not surprised. We use a Let's Burn video. It's Roz and I opening up, telling what the MetaBurn's all about, and then it's just a shit ton of testimonials in between. And at the end, it's just, give us a call to sign up. And then we usually kind of put, I don't really like it, but sometimes you have to do it. You put the fake scarcity in there. We only have 9 out of 20 spots. I know we'll get to that. I know we'll sell the whole program out, but at the same time, it helps to kind of push conversions up a little bit. So when they click here, we all know we have an application process right after. Who has an application process and who just does an opt-in? So you have an application process. I know you guys have one. You try both. Which one works better for you?
I think we get more opt-ins with just the less amount of questions.
Yep.
We get better ones the other way. So depending on the program we're running, if we want more, and then I'll filter them out on the phone, or if we want it better qualified, so we don't have to do as much filtering.
Yep.
Depending on the program.
Got it. That's why we do the two-step process, because most people will fill this out very easy. And if they go to the application process, they don't fill it out, we don't care. Hey, what's up? Can we get on a quick call right now? Have you noticed any difference between applications versus opt-ins? I know we don't really track too much of
What's
this
the
person.
question?
If someone just opts in but they don't apply, have you seen a difference? Or
Absolutely. The conversation's different.
Okay.
When people fill out an application, they actually feel like they have already taken the first step towards joining your program.
Mm-hmm.
When they just opt in, it doesn't seem as real. It's not like, it's like, oh, I just put my information in and someone called me. It's almost like a cold call. They feel like I'm cold calling them, but I'm able to overcome that fairly quickly. But I definitely sense, because I can say, Mrs. Jones, it's obvious that it says here on your application, you want to do X, Y, and Z. We actually specialize in helping you do that. Isn't that awesome?
Mm-hmm. Yep. And then also, too, we use the same line in Invisible Interview at the bottom saying it's just a now, sooner, or later thing. So we know ones that check off later, it's kind of like we'll call them, it's not going to be a very long conversation. Ones that say now or sooner, there's a little bit more urgency behind them. So if we call them right away, odds are you'll get them in the door. Who texts their leads or calls them right away when they get a notification? Yeah. It's hard, right? Well, when you get 800, it's a little bit more difficult. And then down here, it's, again, we could show you the link to this so you can read everything. I just didn't have enough space on here. But we like to do a lot of testimonials. We don't do before and after pictures. There is one little trick, and Mike, you might have seen this too. In ClickFunnels, I'm not very fond of it because it could be a little risky, because eventually Facebook could figure it out. But let's say these were all before and after pictures right here. They're all moms that are just fit in bathing suits, confidence, lost 40 pounds. In ClickFunnels, there's an elements that you can hide. So I can hide all of this right now, and it won't show. So you let your ads get approved first. Once they get approved, within 3 to 4 days, you unhide, and now the market can kind of see your before and after pictures going there. So that's what people used to do with SEO. They would put like a color page over writing, so you couldn't see it, but now all the bots can start to see what's behind all that colored writing, and they start to see all your SEO tags and stuff like that. So if you want to play with it, great. If you want to take the risk, if you don't, just keep it good quality videos and pictures of your testimonials or your views on your Facebook page. So this goes from application. On the next page with a series of questions, we can do about 5 questions, very simple, and then it goes to a thank you page right after. Any questions on an application page as far as how it works? Again, I can give you guys a link so you can just read through it and watch the videos and stuff like that too. Then you have event funnels. So as Roz was talking about, public speaking is very powerful. It gives you a stronger position within the market. It's not something most comfortable to do. This is not comfortable for me. I like it, but at the same time, I don't sign up for it being yeah, I can't wait to do this every single day. But it allows you to get very creative to be able to serve and deliver a great message. So what we do, we did the body type seminar. And again, we used another guide. It's the body type diet. It actually converted pretty well. I'll show you the numbers right after this too. But it's the same, you can see it's the same setup. It's the title, the benefit copy, download to the right, your benefits underneath, what they're going to get, the positioning statement, and download again. So on that, the opt-in, out of 155 uniques, we got 81 people to opt in. So again, another 52.2% conversion rate. And then for those who signed up, out of 99 people, 34 signed up for the actual webinar or for the live event. It's 34%. So we see that events work out really well for us to get people in the door. We see we're struggling right now of going from opt-in to sign up for my program straight off the bat.
And probably the reason is that that's because everyone's doing it, and in your market, somebody's doing similar stuff. They see we all are hacking, so I mean, we know that. Like when we ran our 6-week a couple weeks ago, someone's like, "Oh yeah, there's another one just like yours." I'm like, "No, there isn't one like ours, but there's one running."
Right.
And it's for you. I mean, there's a CrossFit company that runs ads for people, and they don't even change their landing page or anything. It says Las Vegas, but people are confused because and the confusion in the market happens. So you can see why we go through the process of doing this and recreating everything, just not copying and pasting, figuring out a template, a success route, and then testing and tweaking consistently. And we know that it works.
Yep. So for this page right here, once someone opts into your funnel, you can do whatever you want on the second page. You don't have to be Facebook compliant or anything like that. So we just put a red bar saying, warning, here's what every woman needs to know about their specific body type. So we want them to know, like, you need to know this if you already opted down the guide. Then finally, body transformation expert shares the 3 secrets every woman needs to know in order to create a tight, toned, firm body in 6 weeks or less, guaranteed. So that's a plug for, we're probably going to pitch you a 6-week, but we're going to show you how you can do this in 6 weeks too, just via the content. And this is a basic ClickFunnels template. And then again, what you're going to learn, the benefit copies down here below, and then just opt in.
Can I just add one thing?
Yeah, go for it.
So can you see the picture in the top right? Everything needs to be congruent. A lot of times we see when we're studying other people's funnels, is that as they're moving, you go through their funnel, there's one page that looks nice and then shitty, or the colors don't match. And what happens to the consumer is that they're trained to look at the big boxes, the big businesses, like Coca-Cola is going to always have their same color scheme. Great, and I was actually learned from Reed Perez about branding. This is one of the crucial things. Now, we focus on that. You can see that it's very congruent throughout the process. If you're not congruent, you're going to lose people, and this is where your actual conversion rate starts to drop from page to page.
Yep. So you see blue to blue. We try to keep the same color blue, same tone. Crap, I forgot the name of the tool, but there's a Chrome extension. It's like a color finder. Do you know what it is?
Color picker.
Okay.
Yeah,
You click on it, you can get any color that you want to mimic on any page. You just hover over it, take the,
Hex
there you go, I was going to say hashtag code, and then just put it into ClickFunnels right there. The one thing about events, it's just like webinars. It's just like getting people in for a 6-week challenge. Just because they opted in doesn't mean they're going to show up. So if you can get their phone number on there too as well, I would highly recommend that you reach out to them 3 days before, maybe a day before, or maybe even a few hours before the event, just to make sure that more people show up. Because more often than not, you get 100 people that subscribe for a webinar, maybe 4 show up. Then the thank you page. So what do you guys have on your thank you page? Who has a thank you page?
I'll usually put,
Okay, good.
I usually put a video on there because I like to, that's the best place to put video for me.
Cool.
Because right after someone opts in, I can then have them connect with me right away, because other than that, they're not seeing my face, they're not hearing me. So I put the video there. I've run it different ways. I've run it to Calendly, where they can set up a call. I've run it to an application off Wufoo. I've tried multiple different things.
Yep, awesome. Tatiana, what do you have? So when someone opts in for,
Yeah, so we have like thank you page with saying someone will contact you shortly.
okay. And what do you guys have, Mike?
We'll do that with, I usually put a nutrition video that I made on there of some sort to keep them going. Something to download for free at the bottom, and a link to send me a message on Facebook.
Got it, awesome.
To try and keep the connection going at some level.
Yep, and that's what most people miss out on, is that the thank you page, we're so used to putting just thank you, someone will contact you shortly, and then the experience is just done. They're kind of like, okay, well, where's my lead magnet, where's my download? Most times we don't even put the download on the thank you page, we just say, just check your email, it's going to be in there, but by the way, he listened to what she has to say over about 12-week, and then I couldn't get it, but we literally have like 60 before and afters, so it allows them to go win, 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 like holy shit, like these women are just like me. She's 30 pounds, I'm 30 pounds, she did this in 12 weeks. I want to keep this going. You can even, like Mike was saying too, is put in a nutrition video or a lesson video of saying, hey, my what do we call it again?
Gut reviving.
My Gut Reviver blueprint is going to be in the email in about 2 seconds. Let me show you right now one little trick on how to reverse your gut and decrease that bloat in about 30 seconds or less. And then just give them a lesson, and at the end, hey, if you guys are interested, hit me up on Facebook or opt in for a free strategy call. I'd love to see if I can help you out in any way. Because that just keeps the experience going in within the funnel. And that is just our short version on funnels.